Massacre's Monster Madness!
PoultryGeist. Possibly my favorite Troma movie.
Yeah, possibly mine as well. Up there for me for Troma, obviously Toxic Avenger, and I love Terra Firma as well.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
So
I like the crazier the better.
Yeah, pretty much.
PoultryGeist is pretty crazy. I don't even know what to say about it. It's completely nuts. The way I best remember is just highlights, just moment after moment after moment.
It is one of those movies.
So what are your favorite moments from the movie?
My favorite moments from the movie, okay, well, let's get this out of the way right off the bat. The shit scene.
Oh, there is a epic shit scene.
I mean, it's maybe one of the craziest, funniest shit scenes in any movie.
The guy just shits himself. It's like an atom bomb, like in the bathroom.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! It's so disgusting.
The walls are just covered in
so
shit,
gross.
and like, I mean, that part definitely sticks out in my memory. Another part that always sticks out in my memory is there's the chef or the cook, and they get in a fight with like a mop or something, and then the mop ends up going through up the guy's ass and then at his dick, and then he's got his dick hanging off the end of the mop.
Well, you didn't even mention that he's like he's like fucking a chicken when
like
it starts off, and then like the broom goes through his ass and through his dick.
Oh, this movie is so good.
Oh my god! How about in the beginning, like right off the bat, they don't even waste any time. Like an undead arm grabs underwear that a guy's holding.
In the beginning,
through his mouth,
and
out his ass.
Yeah, that's a great scene. And people are probably like, well, what's the plot? let's back up, because we're just mentioning particular scenes, and there's a ton of great scenes that we got to talk about. But the plot, what is the plot of this movie?
It's at a fast food joint, and basically these undead chickens are hatching and turn people into undead chickens, and it's basically like it's a big stab at fast food industry, and it'll make you never want to eat fast food again.
Yeah, it's like they made the grossest fast food place that you can possibly imagine. And yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's actually, the movie does have a point to it.
Basically,
but it's absolutely fucking crazy. And there's a lot of great characters. There's a lot of music in the movie.
There's a lot of it's almost a musical.
It really is. I think it is a musical. It's a horror musical comedy, and my favorite scene though in the movie, the one that stands out the most is the shit scene. But my favorite scene is the whole ending. The Chicken Massacre. Oh my god, if you ever want to see a crazy scene in a movie, I mean, you literally have chicken people invading a fast food joint, and they're just the human, I guess, characters in the movie are fighting back against the chicken people, and the shit that happens, they're like
chickens are hatching out of a guy's breasts.
Yeah, and like chickens are coming out at like nipples, and like faces are being torn off, and like chickens are eating faces, and just I don't even know how to describe
chicken monsters making out with people, and like there's blood and there's slime and there's snot and shit and like whatever.
There's so many great gory practical effects that it's amazing.
And that whole scene at the end when everything's going nuts, it's a lot like this scene. There's a couple scenes I can think of that are like it. It's along the same vein as Gremlins, when they're in the bar and then in the movie theater, where like all the Gremlins get together and they're all just going nuts.
That's a good analogy,
party.
yeah.
And it's also a lot like From Dusk Till Dawn, when they all become vampires in the bar, and then the whole bar is like just going nuts. It's like one of those scenes, basically.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I don't even know what to say. This is this is a movie that everybody should watch. It is
not everybody.
I mean, not everybody, but everybody who's into like horror comedy should check it out.
Yeah,
because it's just nuts. It's one of the craziest movies I've ever seen, and Troma makes a lot of crazy movies, but I think this might be the craziest.
Yeah, I mean, Return of Nukem High, the new ones, they're pretty crazy.
Oh my god,
but,
that talk about beginnings. That movie's got a beginning.
Oh yeah, and a middle and an end. The production of PoultryGeist was a nightmare, and they which a lot of independent films of that magnitude are, but PoultryGeist, Lloyd's recommended it a lot too. He's always said like, oh, you got to see the documentary on there, and like it shows what it was really like, and
the documentary feature on the DVD is amazing. It shows what filmmaking is really like for an independent company, not like a Peter Jackson, Hollywood production, but for something low budget. Like that's what it's like. And when you watch that, when I saw that, I was like, yeah, that's kind of like what it's like at Chicken Massacre. Oh. I feel like that, like. It was different, but it was very much a lot of the things that happen in that. I feel like we've been through the same shit. It can be,
yeah.
And
not quite that bad, but
not that bad. Yeah. But yeah, like I highly identified with that bonus feature.
Oh, making the nerd movie. There were days when it was a nightmare. There were days when it was fun, but there were days when it was an absolute nightmare and everything was going wrong.
I mean, I've been involved in a lot of your productions and shoots and things, and by watching that just reminded me of so many things that we had gone through, and it is it's really a labor of love, the whole process, because you got to go through such turmoil, just to have this funny, crazy thing show up on the screen. Yeah. But the things that you have to do to make that, and the documentary explains that so well. So on top of the movie itself,
Poultry in Motion.
Yeah, Poultry in Motion. On top of the movie itself, you should also really watch that. It's great. It's one of the best filmmaking documentary shorts that I've seen. Yeah,
it's good. You take for granted all the stuff that goes into a movie. There's a great quote by Bruce Campbell where he says, "The harder it is to make, the easier it is to watch."